let me just start recording. I may edit this out. I'm not sure, but I just want to grasp everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, shit, fuck it, man. We can get it started. Welcome back to Talk Smack with Mac MMA. I have two of my good friends here, man. I got Josh Depace and I got Mark Moses, two badass motherfuckers that get inside the cage and get down and squabble and throw big shots and try to kill people, man. How both of y'all doing?
Hey, I can't speak for Josh. He's free holding up podcast starting late and shit. But I'm doing all right. How you doing, big guy?
And me, I'm good. I'm great. I'm parked outside my gym right now, so about to get to some training right after this.
What do you have a class that starts?
There's a class over here, 7:00, doing a no-gi over at MMA Collective.
Okay. So you got like 25 minutes. I'll make sure I keep it below that so you can get in time.
Brother, if it goes later, it goes later, bro. We got time.
no gi is my shit. So shout out to my friend Kiana Montenegro, Cub. You know, she's a fighter in San Diego. She asked me a question when she got on my podcast. She said, gi or no gi? And at that time, I was too new to this shit, right? I didn't know fucking nothing. So I was like, I don't know. And then after doing it for a while, no gi for sure. You know, let me ask you guys. Yeah, no gi, right? No gi.
I'm the contrarian. Fuck jujitsu. I don't give a fuck about it. No gi or gi. Nah, man. No gi for sure. No gi.
Yeah, no, especially in Vegas, man. It's like they got the sheds open and shit. It's 108 degrees outside. I don't want to fucking gi on when I'm in there fighting for my life. Stop it.
Listen, hey, man, they got some lightweight gis, brother. You got to get a lightweight gi if you're going to be messing around in the summer, brother.
I know that's right, man. My broke ass. I'm trying to save up to get another one. I gotta, make it do what it do while I can, Hey, well, I want to talk about your guys' recent fight. You guys actually stepped inside the cage and y'all scrapped each other. What? This is 2 fights ago for you already, right, Josh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, before we jump into what happened in the fight and stuff like that, one thing that I've been noticing, man, I keep up with you guys in New York area, the Northeast and shit, and all of you big guys seem like you're pretty fucking good friends.
It's a tight-knit community, man.
Yeah, Josh is well liked by everybody. I just happen to be. If I throw hands with somebody, it seems to go that way to be buddies every now and then. But anybody who hasn't touched gloves with me seems to hate my fucking guts. So, but Josh is well liked by everything.
Do you run your mouth and talk shit around everybody all the time?
All the time.
That's why they don't like your ass, man. They're like, God damn, he doesn't ever shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Mark Moses stays talking shit, man. I've seen that slam from that fight more times than I can count. All
right, let's jump into that. Hey, Mark, give us your perspective of when the fight started and you picked Josh's big ass up and you had him fucking way up here like a power bomb in WWE. Tell me what the fuck was going through your mind, and then Josh, you could give us your perspective after that.
Well, I'll start before that. So, they say the word go, and I didn't see he signaled for a hand touch. He may have or whatever, but I told him before the fight, I ain't touching your fucking hand, motherfucker. And I just come sprinting at the dude to do a single leg, a black single. And friggin' Josh, everybody thinks I tripped in that first little sprint at him. Friggin', that's not what happened. I went for the single leg, and Josh hits me with a fucking uppercut, stops me dead in my tracks. And I'm like, well, I'm not fucking standing and throwing hands with this motherfucker. No. So I stayed committed to the leg. And when I grabbed him and started picking him up, it's funny, you can see, I could hear the crowd while we were in there, but more so I heard Josh go, what the fuck? As he said something like, what the fuck? Or what the hell? Halfway up. And then when I had him the whole way, I made a point to walk with the motherfucker because I just heard the crowd going crazy at that point. And I'm like, this is going to end the fight right fucking here. When I throw his ass down, motherfucker kept fucking fighting. So,
hey, man. Badass motherfucker.
Dude, hey, badass.
Josh, let me ask you, how many times have you been picked up like that?
That's the only time anybody's ever picked me up I haven't picked up like that, man, since I was like 8 years old, man. My father ain't even picked me up like that. No, honestly, all props to him for the slam. It was a good slam. It's definitely a highlight for him, for sure, man. You know, I remember, I remember him running in at the start of the fight. You know what I mean? I made the motion to touch hands, and he was just like the Flash, man. Call that man Barry Allen. He just took off, and I hit him with that little short burst uppercut, and you know, I could tell he winced a little bit, but it was like his commitment, man. Like I'm like, oh shit, man, he's really fucking going for it, and you know, he got me up, and I remember feeling like I was up in that air for a while, man. And then I'm like, all right, well, shit. I'm like, all right, well, I got to turn. Or, you know, put something down or whatever, because if he just slams me straight back, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take his weight and my weight hitting the mat like that. And then, you know, it was just all just like quick scrambles and just, you know, a lot of punches, a lot of knees.
Yes.
So.
That's what I mean. When he hit the ground, like I was expecting to be on top and him to be like, you know, when I do something like that in a street fight or so, you know, like that's usually the finish, you know, then you just like doing window dressing, there's paper in the motherfucker until they, you know, until his buddies pull you off or something. In this case, expecting the ref to pull me off. The motherfucker's still alive. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And we got a lot of criticism for that first initial, like after the slam, because like, you know, we were both trying to jockey for position. And if you know wrestling, you know grappling, you know, like you could tell we were working, trying to do something. But there's a lot of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, saying like, oh, giving him advice and giving me advice. Like, fuck you, motherfuckers. Like I went for submissions, and he blocked every single one of them, bastard. And, oh, gosh. Then going to full mount was my mistake because I underestimated his grappling at that moment. Mm-hmm. As soon as I got into full mount, it was and then here came the pain after that shit.
Hey, Josh, I wanted
definitely caught him with that classic roll. So,
yeah, I wanted to jump ahead and talk about your most recent fight, man. That was like you guys put on a motherfucking show. What was the guy's name that you fought?
Chris Taylor, big guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to him. You guys were fucking scrapping.
Yeah. Dude, I was jealous as fuck watching that fight, man. I tell Josh up and down so many times now that was an impressive show, you know. Yeah, especially if you know some backstory on Josh for like around that fight, some of the stuff he was dealing with, you know, like it was really good show. You
mind sharing some of the stories behind?
Yeah, I mean, I was just dealing with some medical issues and stuff. You know, I mean, nothing like too crazy, just more like stressful at the time. So, you know, just my headspace wasn't fully there until the moment that, you know, it was time to actually step in. And, you know, once I'm there in that moment, it all clicks together and, you know, it's time to put on a show.
You know, that's one thing that, you know, people like myself, the casual fan, like misconstrued is that fighters are not robots, man. You guys have a fucking life that you live, and you're going to be faced with shit in your day-to-day life, and that's going to build up stress, and you're supposed to completely separate yourself from your actual life and go train and go focus on the fight and shit like that. How hard is it to balance your regular life and the stresses that comes with that, and then trying to stay focused fighting?
I mean, for me, man, I mean, I look out, you know what I mean? I got a good life partner. My fiance definitely holds it down, you know, but working a full-time job, being a business owner, father of 4, it's definitely, I mean, it's a lot to do that and balance fighting and training and whatever else. I mean, you know, like I said, I luck out. My girl, she does some jiu-jitsu herself. You know, I've been boxing since 13. My kids have gone to different boxing gyms and stuff with me, so they're a little bit used to the lifestyle and stuff. But it's definitely all about finding a balance, for sure.
Yeah, what about you?
I don't know how he does it with everything he's got going on, you know, like home life, family life, being a dad. Like you said, all the things he listed. And we've been talking, you know, pretty regularly since we, you know, like dropped the news a little bit. We started a new team that with Isaiah and what's Isaiah's last name? I forget, Josh.
Isaiah William. Yeah, he's going to be on that Cage Wars card.
Yeah, he's I forget his op in that card too, but it's going to be a big showing for the team. Isaiah's going to do his debut. He's going to whip the shit out of the motherfucker. I don't care who his name's not going to matter after the fucking event. And then like Josh is going to come on with the strap. And then 1 week later, I got a big fight against Georgie. Can't pronounce his last name. Sounds like a sneeze. Friggin' it's like what's he from the country of Georgia or something or did
big Russian guy, man. Big Russian guy.
Big Russian, you know, fuck him. Like he's undefeated and come out with an upset victory over him. It's just gonna put us over the top. Josh with the strap, Isaiah with the debut win, friggin' coming in hot. Yeah.
So
I don't know how
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Speaking of Josh bringing home the strap, man, you're fighting Al Marro. That's a bad motherfucker, man. It's gonna be the clash of titans in the fucking cage come the next Cage Wars event. What like? Do you want to stand and bang with Al, or do you want to take it to the ground? You want to keep it hush hush?
You know, I mean, I think everybody knows my plan 9 times out of 10 is to keep it standing. I mean, that's not to take away from my jiu-jitsu. That's not to take away from my wrestling. You know, Al is a phenomenal guy on his feet, man. He's definitely shown time and time again. He's a phenomenal boxer, phenomenal wrestler. I mean, no disrespect to the guy whatsoever, man. You know what I mean? He's a great fucking fighter. But that day, that moment, I'll be greater.
Yeah,
I'm walking away. You know what I mean? I'm known to go all 3 rounds, even if you know the rounds aren't going my way. Drenched in blood, I'll have a smile on my face. You know, I always show love to my opponents. You know, whether it goes to the ground. I mean, I went to the ground with Mark. I wasn't expecting it to go to the ground. This last fight, I wasn't expecting it to go to the ground, and you know, I stayed on top in dominant positions and stuff. But I think it's already pretty well known that, you know, if you want to stand and trade, I'll happily stand right there in the middle with you.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear, man. Watch you two big fucking motherfuckers standing there and just box. That's my cup of tea right there.
If I like, first off, I want to comment on, like, you know how somebody's about to talk some shit when they go, all due respect to whoever they're about to shit on. But all due respect to Al Marro, fucking he doesn't want to stand up with Josh. I'm telling you right now.
You don't think so?
That'd be the dumbest fucking thing this kid could ever do. Like, and by the way, he's the oldest 25-year-old I ever looked at in my life, man. He looks like he's 52.
Nah, bro. It's the fucking hey, man. Look, stop it. Don't do my mans like that.
You wear it well, John. Al Marro, he doesn't wear it too well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I love the guy. All due respect, but but for real, he doesn't want to stand up with Josh. That would be a big mistake. And everybody, including myself, was always surprised at Josh's ground game, at least that I've seen in his fights. And again, speaking from personal experience, I was not expecting him to be able to do, you know, even a little bit of what he was doing defensively against me when I was in control. And then not only to, like, my big motherfucking ass, I weighed 295 in that fight. He flipped me right over on my back. Dude, it was fucking full survival mode after that. Yeah. I think Al's in for a. It's going to be a real shame to send Al off because he says it's going to be his last amateur fight. It's going to be a real shame to send Al off into the sunset on an L. But, you know, fuck it. When you're fighting the Afro Samurai over here, you know, you got shit coming. It's like a whole lot of pain.
That would be a fucked up way to ascend into your professional career. Josh, let me ask you, man, if Al is getting ready to make that step going pro and you're getting ready to fight him and you have all the confidence in the world that you're going to win, how do you know when you want to take that step? Is it something that you just know inside yourself or your coaches around you?
Yeah,
how do you know?
mean, I've already. I've already had a couple of promotions and stuff reach out to me. More and more to do title fights, and the plan is to hopefully go around and everything willing, I beat Al Marro or whatever. I get the Cage Wars title. Go around and go a little bit trophy hunting. Compete a little bit more and bring home a lot of silver and gold. But I'm realistically, I'm thinking sometime early next year going pro. So long as I keep my health about me, because I'd be getting cut open a lot in fights. The face don't stay pretty. The smile stays on, but the face don't stay pretty.
Listen, man, you were ever pretty. I didn't agree to that. Like, you were never pretty, man. But
no, hey,
but
one thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's something you know what I mean. You get in there, once you start winning a couple of fights, or you start having fights, I haven't won all my fights. I don't, even Al hasn't won all his fights. But once you start having fights that go the distance, that's when you really start looking in and being like, all right, these are the things I need to work on. Yeah, hopefully, if you're trying to advance as a fighter, you're watching that tape back going, okay, this is what I did in round 1 that I can work on. This is what I did in round 2, so on and so on, until you really start being like, okay, I have nothing left, then you're not ready, man. You know what I mean? If you're watching even professionals, man, I'm sure there's a ton of fights, you're watching. If you don't constantly try to learn and adapt and progress, you're not ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got to shore up your weaknesses, because you have so many motherfuckers out there that are fighting for the same thing that you guys want. And if you're not hungry all the time, and if you're not working on the things that you're bad at, that's going to get exploited.
Well, listen, the moment somebody legitimately, not just talking shit, the moment somebody legitimately thinks they're the best and got nothing else to learn, they need to fucking go away. Because then the L's are going to start coming in hard and mean and nasty. And as many L's, I'm 3-0 right now. Josh has been helping me a lot. To get in the right mindset, training some shit that I don't know, and with this team, hopefully I can turn some stuff around for myself, especially like I said with Josh's help here. But the minute somebody thinks they're the baddest and legitimately in their heart, and you could tell when somebody's talking trash, they're like, oh man, this dude's fucking out of his mind, not in a good way. It's like,
right.
That dude needs to quit, and he needs smacked in the mouth a couple of times just to show he needs to quit.
Man, there's so much that goes into what you guys do, man. And if for the people that have never dipped their toes in the water and don't have any knowledge whatsoever of what goes on a day-to-day that you guys go through, those are the ones that are going to say, I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to work on anything. Because I know for me, for instance, I'll go to a class and I'll have no fucking clue what I'm doing most of the time. It's like, when the fuck do I start getting it? You know what I'm saying? It's always something to work on.
Yeah, man, live situations is the best way to learn, man. Live situations, competition. That's like you can train your heart out, and learn different, situational things in training, but you don't know what you're doing until you're out there trying to use it in a live, with live rounds coming at you, somebody trying to stop you while you're trying to do something you learned. That's when you figure out what works, because there's a whole lot of fancy shit out there that gets taught that just ain't fucking worth a dick. It's just not, because either the fighter isn't capable of learning that in a live situational combat, or it's just not practical in an MMA situation. You got armchair coaches that want to say different things about different fighters, different tactics, but until you're out there yourself, man, which if you're training, man, I can't wait to see that. You got to send us links to when you're about to go into competition yourself.
I have no choice whatsoever. Watching you guys inspires me. Before I started the podcast, I've never even did jujitsu or kickboxing or anything like that, and now I find myself in the fucking gym as much as I physically can. So it's gonna be a matter of time before I start competing. I'm never gonna actually fight, but I do plan on doing, rolling against jiu-jitsu tournaments, and eventually, I do shit on my own time.
Never, man. Never say never. You start rolling around, you man. Like, right now,
start get the itch, right?
All right.
If it was an MMA fight, you'll start feeling that. Then we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, man. Like you said, never say never. But I'm a lover, man, not a fighter. I like to fight, but I'd rather share my love with people and shit.
Hey, man.
Listen. Hey, shut the hell up. Listen, man, I'll agree to what Mark says. Once you get in there, once you start doing them grappling tournaments, man, you start doing some more of those live action ones where you can do open palm strikes. You know what I mean?
Shit is crazy.
Not even just a closed fist, just like a straight palm on the face, man. You're gonna get a couple of bitch slaps and you're gonna be like, you know what, I'm cut out for this MMA shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Well, hey, man, I know you have your class coming up soon, so I want to end on one thing, and I would definitely love to have both of you guys on, talk some more shit, maybe for a longer time than, 20, 30 minutes or whatever it may have been. But football season is around the corner. Who's your guys' team, and who do you have winning the championship this year?
Steelers.
Oh, that's your team? Or is that your prediction?
I'm from Steel City, man. I'm the Steel City Madman. Man.
Okay. So who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Because they're definitely fucking not.
Oh, God. It doesn't matter who's at the Super Bowl because Steelers is the only team that matter.
All right, next.
I mean, look, man,
I stopped watching after the Steelers weren't in it, so
So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm not a big fucking football watcher, man. I'm a football player. I'll play some football. You want to go toss the ball around the street or some shit, get some good tackles in.
Man, I'll pick your ass at football.
Nobody wants to get tackled by your big ass, dude. All right, well, shit, Josh, I'm gonna let you get to your class, man. I truly appreciate both you guys getting back on Talk Smack with Mac MMA. I already know for a fact I'm gonna end up talking to you guys many times over and over as you ascend through your careers. But I wish you both the best in both of your fights coming up. And Josh, I hope you bring home the title, man. I know you want it. I know you get the juice for it. And I'm a big fan of yours and Al's, so I know it's going to be one hell of a fight. And as a fan, I'm fucking just sitting here waiting like, holy shit, it's about to
heavyweight
go down.
fight of the year, man. Heavyweight fight of the year. No disrespect. Heavyweight fight of the year.
I disagree with that one, but it's going to be a good one. It'll be second best next to mine.
I know that's right.
Real quick though, we want to shout out the team name. It's Street Ogres MMA. We got a Facebook. I'm going to start working on a YouTube. You see all the members and all the fighters. We had real quick before we get off here, and a shout out Eli, member of the team. Friggin' had a hard fought fight. Friggin' didn't bring out the L, but he was a warrior.
Hey man, he went 5 rounds, man. It was a classic fight, man.
Warrior,
straight up. You know what I mean? Nothing but fighter spirit from that guy.
Hell
Much
yeah.
love to him.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, shit. Any more shout-outs?
No.
Like, shout out Blau pre-workout. Because for real, man, you be making these 5 a.m.s feel like they easy. You know, nobody wants to crawl out of bed at 5 in the morning. I do when I take a couple of Blau, that's for sure.
This should get you fired up. There, results come with Blau, man. Freaking bing bang pow in the fucking cage with the help of Blau, man. Blau pre-workout. Well, I don't have the fucking jar on me, or I'd hold it up in an advertisement, like.
Next time.
Next time.
Yeah. All right, fellas, man. I hope you guys have a good day.
You too, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, man. Later.